auto or autos, they'll turn into a manual. Keep getting good though.
Back to another video. Octane and Zip Ties here. We are working on the crown, and as DeAndre would say, Coach Chrome, your crown videos are just repeating themselves. Well, guess what? Not today, boy. We have some good parts. We have clutch line goes from the clutch master to the slave. We have Chase Bay's power steering kit, full out kit for Ty's car, Chaser. We made the lines. Well, I decided I kind of want a warranty. It's going to be a lot of this and a lot of that. So if something blows, I want to be able to go back to Chase Bay's and not be back on the side of the street, you know, fixing stuff on my own. Other than that, shout out Mr. CJ Strickland. He came in super clutch. I was looking for some X100 or X90, JZX, GX, it don't matter, upper control arms, because on the car currently I have spindles that I did for Tyler when he owned the car to -4 and IS300 uppers. I had to get rid of the T-Demand ones because they went to our buddy Elijah, and the stock IS300 uppers I think are about an inch or an inch and a half longer. It's a good significant amount of difference. As you can tell, I have positive camber, and these spindles are done to -6 if I'm not mistaken. Maybe -4, but either way, I shouldn't have positive camber. So we're gonna get rid of that. And then we also have some Neo Max coilovers. I've never had coilovers with these coilover condoms on, but maybe we're gonna throw them on. So I was nervous at first with the height adjustment. I do want this car to be low, stylish, maybe kitted, maybe lips and skirt. We'll figure it out. But as you can see, there's a good amount of difference, and we're gonna do with it as it is right now. I believe these are 24 and 20K. Yes, a bit stiff, but I don't care about squat that much. I'm not gonna be running OD tire size, as well as most of the people, Vithi behind the camera, JP, Tap, and Alicia. None of us are really running big enough sizes to where anybody underpowered has to push. So I'm excited for that. We're gonna throw those on. Brought some necessities to the shop today, like a tie rod splitter. Not meant for the upper control arm, but we use it to pop off the spindle. So we do have some BER, or beers, as Sir Gallup likes to say. B5s, super rare, super good spec, triple chrome. Shout out Perry for those. I've been looking for them and wanting them from him forever. He decided to sell and hook a boy up.
I want you guys to know, Buddy said we're not going to run big tires, as he has a freaking 265 on here. What does he think this is?
Listen, man. Come on, man. Like, Adam, I'm shouting you out. I'm calling you out.
Shout out. Okay, I'm going to say.
Like, yo, this guy, Adam LZ, he has a YouTube channel. Go check it out. Like, up and coming. He's going to make it big, I swear. Psych! This is Octane and Zip Ties. I don't know where I'm going with this, but today we are working on some crown content. Other than the coilovers and arms, we do come on through the GS, what do you call this?
Graveyard?
Graveyard. Ooh. We have our beautiful 1JZGTE ETCSI JZX110/JZS171 that is going in the crown. If you guys have watched the videos before, well, you've seen this test fit in the car. We're going to put it back in today. We have the transmission together. I do not have the shifter currently, so it is just open with the extension. But I have a homie that I found in one of the forums, sending it all the way from Utah. That will be here in a couple days. I have intercooler on the way. I have transmission mount on the way.
Got a clutch fan to fit.
Multiple MAFs on the way. I have a clutch fan that was out of Tyler's stock crown that we're going to have to trim up a little bit, but it works. So hopefully this engine is going to be in the car by the end of the evening. Uppers on, coilovers on. We'll be able to test out for a fan shroud, figure out how we're going to run that, as well as power steering stuff, clutch stuff. We're going to get a lot done today because we have a deadline of 5 days to have this car together and running for Miles' birthday private day. I want that to be the shakedown. There's a public day the day before it, but just with as much potential issues as this car could have, I'd like to have it on a private day just so I can take it for a spin, go back, work on it for an hour if need be, go back and be able to drive. So we're going to start getting some cinematics and stuff for you guys. If you guys are new to the channel, I'm sure you are wondering what this channel is about. Well, it's about cool shit. So we're not going to tell you how to install coilovers. You undo the top, you undo the bottom, figure it out yourself, but we are getting to work. Usually I don't run this rubber band of the tire, but we're gonna throw them on just for little testies. I said testes.
That might just work.
That might just work. The plan is get rid of these spindles. Might be selling them to a homie with a crown down south. Just run some stock shortened spindles, compatible with IS300. Get a little bit of the tilt from the upper if need be, and then extend the lowers so I have more track width and I can keep grip up front. But right now, I mean, we're gonna have to dial in some height, dial in some tilt numbers. But like, probably, I don't know, once it's on the ground, that might be like close to 10. It looks
No, 10.
Bro.
I don't know. We gotta see it on the ground.
Probably should put lug nuts on.
Wait, lug nuts? What about the other wheel?
On the wheel.
Yeah, this wheel's not even on.
50. That's your fault.
I'm camera guy.
Ah, boy.
Oh, God.
All right, drop her down. Just go slow. Nah, you should be good on this side too. Brother, that that went so much. Oh, I can't speak. That went so much down more than I thought.
No, that's a lot lower. Especially when you're used to the car sitting at 8 feet in the air.
And no engine in it. That's a big yoiky.
We gotta do the rear and push her out.
Yeah.
That's how it's going.
You know what? We need to do that sooner than later because this sun is going down real quick.
Let's knock it out real quick.
Real coilovers are on, and it's time to see if these Johnnies fit. Sheesh. Listen, 265s might not fit, but 235.
Yeah.
235 should do the work.
65 is going to need
But
some...
we'll see. Nah, natural tilt. It's not even rolled, it's cut on the rear quarters. Throw some lug nuts on it and see where she sits. Unless I pull these quarters, but if I were to pull them, I kind of wish we had the whole insides. I mean, I guess there's a little bit that I could kind of push up for structure, but yeah, I guess we'll see. We'll see.
You want to put her down now or go to the sway bar?
Well, we got to put the other wheel on and then...
2 wheels necessary, yeah. What the truth.
Yeah, you're going to just have to... You're going to have to tell me when to stop. I'm not going to be able to see. But I'll build it.
We're coming. You got room.
Hold up. Oh, that's good right there.
Ooh.
Bro, hopefully we can get the jack out because...
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Oh yeah, no, we're good.
Okay.
Bro, when this gets stuck under a car...
And you don't have another jack with
and
you?
this pops out, like...
Yeah.
You can't get this out, like, with your fingers. So, I mean, we've gotten lucky and, like, gotten hammers and, like, pried it enough and stuff, but...
It's miserable.
There's gonna be that one time that...
This will work. This height right now. I mean, obviously the car...
The car is high. There is really not that much aftermarket support for these cars. I mean, there is a easily obtainable kit from Russia. A buddy of mine lives out there and does a lot of the Laurel kits and lip kits and stuff for us. But I can have him get one of the Russian kits for this. I just don't like how big the lip is. The side skirts are not bad. I could definitely rock the side skirts, custom make a lip or something, make some valances for the back. But like, the front lip is like worse than the truck. Like crimson chin, but like it protrudes out too. So
True.
I don't know.
They're on.
If I can sell some stuff, listen, if you guys want some cool shit that you know I have, hit me up. I promise I will block you if you guys ask for
Boggards.
my Boggards. Just unsubscribe at that point. Alright? But, it'll do. Before it gets OD dark, let's push it out and take some pics. Or, you know, we could push it to the gas station. Flat tow it to the gas station. That's the noise that my drive shaft makes because the front half is still in, and so it just spins, and the yoke is like a floppy cock.
No, they can't see that.
Okay. Buddy just recorded a 9 GB clip. All right, boys and girls, it is nighttime. It is dark out, so excuse the low light, but she looks all right. Fitment wise, not bad. A little front tilt, rear, just natural tilt. But the thing I don't like, she's high off the ground. So with that being said, I think it's gonna have to be kit time. For the time being, if we can get most of this car together and get it running for this weekend, I will gladly drive it like this. I don't care about fitment and being super low and fitted and tilt and this and that. If I can drive it this weekend, this car sat for how long, did he like
over a year.
over a year. I mean, yeah, because Ty's had the Chaser for a year, so
Pretty close to it, I think, yeah.
this thing it sat for a year. We've looked at it when it was wrecked, and then now being fixed, we've had it for
Months.
5 months,
At least, yeah.
4 or 5 months fixed, and well, we're now making progress. So I'm gonna go back in the shop so it's not. I think that whole clip was blurry. If it was, well, here you go. Figured I'd come over where you guys can see a little bit more. I mean, it looks good. This is how a more than functional person would set up their car. Dudes that are doing formula drift, dudes that are doing comps, because you got to be able to fit some meat. Well, us, we are hoping for style. And with that being said, I guess it's gonna be kit time. Either that or I don't know, we'll figure it out. That or custom make something, or I do have the C33 front bumper that I can cut and mold. Remember how close it was?
It was really close.
Maybe we'll test fit some stuff. I have a couple friends with extra kits. I have an extra front bumper. I do have some R32 side skirts as well, so maybe we'll be able to make that work. But with that being said, I think it's time to push the car back in here. We'll go over a couple things and then maybe drop the engine in, throw the whole car on jack stands, and kind of get it ready for wiring. I have some more parts I'll show you guys here in just a sec that we mentioned before, and then we will get a game plan for the rest of this week. So I know it's been a lot of test trials and stuff, but hopefully you guys are enjoying this video. I'm enjoying the Crown stuff, and I want to get the ball rolling. I want to stop with the, oh, we put the engine in, we put the engine out. We took the engine in, you know what I'm saying? Go back and forth. We're going to get it this week to the point where hopefully we're hitting that throttle and we're getting a little bit of JZ power. Yeah, but
It's gonna run. This video right now. Go turn it on.
She dead, bruh. Jump pack.
That's a life.
Jump pack. Perry! Where the fuck you at? And about 20 minutes later, we have an engine. It looks quite bare right now, but that's why we threw it in.
Yeah.
We have the clutch fan to throw on, and then Vithi made a valid point. We technically don't need this in today, just because trans mount has to come in later this week because I ordered a brand new one from Drift Motion, and it was the wrong series. So that should be here Wednesday, and then what was the other thing? Drive shaft has to go in.
Yeah,
And
drilling that.
the shifter. And the shifter.
Yeah, but drilling. Why are you gonna drill in there? For the pedal.
Clutch pedal.
Yeah, the master.
Word. No, I'm saying why we had to put the engine in.
Oh, for that and the power steering stuff.
Hmm.
We wanted to make sure it's right. Make sure you have everything, because getting close.
You know how it goes.
Private day's coming up soon.
You know how it goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we're.
Stuff should be here tomorrow, right?
Yeah, it says
So
tomorrow.
like we can start mocking all that up, but it's getting close.
If I can finish the trailer tomorrow, maybe I'll come out here and mess with it some.
Yeah, they're watching in between trailer video and crown. Is this only one video, or is it?
I don't know.
Everything is just right now. I don't know what to tell you.
Over here, we have a manual JZX100 front half. For those interested in manual swapping your crown, or I guess any X chassis, the front halves are 2.5 inches longer. So if you run an auto shaft, which we found out because Tyler ran an auto shaft, they do go into the transmission, and they do work if you had to just move the car around, but it is not advised to rip on it because it could just break off your tail shaft.
Yeah.
But we reached out to Matt, and he actually sent us 2 front halves. So that is going to be converted into this. We'll be able to keep the rear half, and we'll have a full drivetrain after the shifter and stuff gets in this week.
Yes.
So I had a homie send it just from one of the forums, 2-day, and it should be here tomorrow as well, or Wednesday. It's going to be cutting it close with a lot of this stuff, but we're going to try and make it work if we can. If the cluster and stuff doesn't work, it is what it is. As long as I can get a temp gauge on it, make sure that it has oil, and make sure it's filled with fuel. Like, that's really...
Yeah, this thing's either going to do one or two things. It's going to be idling or it's going to be at limiter. So, like, does it really matter?
And it's on stock ECU, so as long as we don't have any hiccups on that end. Luckily, I do have a donor, GS300, with a 1J in it, so if we're missing any parts, well, it'll get sacrificed for this weekend. So
for a better cause.
We're going to make it work. We're going to start doing a couple little mock-up stuff, and I'll get a little bit of B-roll, and then we'll check up with you guys before we head out of here, because it is getting late, and I don't know how much we're going to do tonight, but we're going to get a good game plan going, so one step at a time.
Let's do it.
Yep.
Break it.
Damn!
You want this radiator, or you want to try that one?
We'll try...
There's one over there.
Yeah, we'll just try...
Sick from up here. You gotta get a pick from up here.
You can catch the camera?
Ah, damn! Crazy guy.
Get your hands up, baby! Sticky stack!
They look sick from up here. Yamaha power.
Y'all hear that? 50, give it some beans!
Shout out Shug.
Shout out JP Exhaust.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Get that RV shit out of here. Listen, as the night comes to the end, engine is in, shroud and radiator is in. Need to get a couple things bolted together, including the grill. But power steering is all together other than just being attached right here, because we have to make a custom mount for the Chase Bay stuff. We'll do that later. But yeah, drivetrain coming together. Suspension on today, wheels on today, engine back in. We have a long list of stuff that we need to do, but to be fair,
A lot of it's quick stuff.
yeah, exactly. So probably throttle cable, the plugs that go into the ECU, and wiring. Those are our three biggest things. The rest of the stuff should be here soon. The mount for the trans will be here in a couple days. The shifter for the trans is going to be here tomorrow. Intercooler will be here tomorrow. So obviously going to have to do some cutting in the front to make all that stuff fit, but all in due time. So
Due time is 5 days.
due time is 5 days.
Needs to happen quick.
But with that being said, we are closing up for the night. We'll get off these 265 sooner than later. I have some 245s, some 235s, some 225s, and some 215s at the house. So we'll make something work. And then hopefully next time, in about 10 seconds, we'll check in with you guys on the next day and have almost everything done. We'll probably end the vlog pre-start, and then by the time James gets back in town and we start doing the wiring, hopefully one more video, you guys will see this thing running and ripping, I guess. It's going to be on ECU, so
Yeah.
it'll be able to be ripped. So, yeah, we will see you guys next time we're at the shop. And welcome back to day 2. You can see the Crown has made some progress. So you guys saw suspension, engine in, a couple things mounted up, radiator, trans, some arms, some wheels, some coilovers, and today is part 2 to the countdown that is very, very short that we're trying to make. Behind me, some parts just came in. Shout out Vithy. He was like, yo, I screwed you on your birthday, gave you guys defaulty tires. So he gave me this. He gave me this downpipe with a built-in wastegate, external wastegate. So that's super sick. I got some maps. Came in the mail from Tampa. We've got wiring specialties, pins, and plugs for the ECU because I only have the 3 engine side ones. Figured I'd just get the kit. Comes with all the pins. We have it's from Drift Motion. I believe it is Drift Motion or Excessive. Series 5 T3 old style R154 to new style wide 4-bolt because I'm running the new style cross member, but I'm running the MK3 R154 compared to the JZX100 or the tripod. Here we have a 5-inch extension, same thing that we have on the transmission already, but I was missing this piece. They don't make these custom or built to spec anymore, and the only option that I could find was 500 beans, billet from Drift Motion, and they were minimum like 2 weeks out. And so I posted in one of the forums, somebody came in clutch and shipped it all the way from Utah. So that's super sick, and I don't know if I'm gonna run this piece. If this matches up in the middle, I'm just gonna leave the one I have on the trans, and then we have a cover. So that's sick. Got some hardware with it. And then behind me, we've also got a Greddy intercooler. So I went with the JZX100 intercooler kit because everything about these cars basically mimics a JZX100. Suspension, chassis, arms, drivetrain, subframes, you name it, they're almost identical. Obviously, this came NA, so it doesn't have a big open face in front of the intercooler or in front of the radiator to fit an intercooler. So we are going to have to trim up, but the mount bracket, just like the top of this one, should be able to mount up there, and then we'll route all the intercooler piping. We did bring some tools with us today. We have a drill and some hole saws. This is going to be for the clutch master. We have to drill a hole inside the firewall to mount the clutch master. We'll show you guys that today. I have to make a custom template. We have a reciprocating saw. Shout out Spoon. I put him on to this like like 5 years ago. Now he claims he is putting everyone on Jimmy's, but just, bro, my shit literally has my name on it. I put Spoon on. We have a step bit kit because if we need to go up just a little bit for the clutch master. And, well, if we're bringing this out, you know shit's getting nasty. So we're going to leave this one off to the side right now and go get some pizza before we start.
Oh, yeah?
All right, boys and girls, I wanted to make sure that the nuts and potentially studs would come out of the downpipe, the stock downpipe, before we put on the other one. If they were, I don't know, heat soaked or fried themselves on there, I wanted to make sure I could get them off now or put PB Blaster or something on it. But because we are about to run an open wastegate downpipe or an
screamer
external,
pipe, yeah.
Exactly, a screamer pipe, I wanted to make sure that this wastegate actually opened. I have heard of them sticking shut, or, I mean, I've had this engine for 2 years almost at this point, probably a year and a half.
I don't think this thing's ran since probably Japan, really.
Yeah, so he got it, Buddy got it from a depot. I gave him money, I gave him some trades or whatever, but real quick, we'll make it short and brief. The vacuum that goes from the external wastegate, or I guess the wastegate regulator, has a vacuum on it. That vacuum goes to the turbo. So when the turbo pressure becomes more than the external wastegate, it opens and lets it out. So we're putting like 20 PSI through it. It's fine. Stock PSI should be like 10 and it opens unless you have some aftermarket stuff. But I'm just hooking up an open-ended real quick to that vacuum line. And it opens and closes. So it doesn't seem like it has any resistance on it, so that's super good. We're gonna put this vacuum back on and then start getting some other engine dressing stuff together. Good shit. And multiple hours later, I feel like we have got a lot done. While I was messing with the clutch, new pedal, and master, Vithi was assembling the rest of the stuff on the engine. Also helped out with disassembling some rear subframes, so appreciate that. But getting the rest of the harness together, not all of it is tight. I know we probably should just have everything tight, but it is what it is. He threw on the AC compressor, so that will be very good. AC in the drift car. And then, yeah, just kind of double checking everything. We figured out what we're going to do for the feed and the drain. So here we are, or feed and return. This is the feed. We're just going to hose clamp on it. We'll get some high pressure stuff down the road when we do fuel pressure regulator and whatnot. But for now, we've done it on multiple cars, so it will be all good. Power steering lines tucked away for right now, just so when we put the engine back in, we have no problems. But the clutch master is in. This is finally a 3-pedal crown. I'll show you guys real quick. It was not that fun. Oh, and for the mount, this stubby old bolt head, nut head, has to fit somewhere. So that's what we've been doing the last 45 minutes, drilling out this hole. Shout out Vithi for bringing the angle grinder and getting that set up so that, well, she drops straight on in there. Oh, there we go. Looky there. Let's get you guys a little bit of light in here. And Kachiga, 3 pedals. It was not fun putting in this clutch pedal. Probably the most uncomfortable I've been for a long period of time. In a very long time, but got them set up, didn't realize the brake pedal you actually have to take off, spin it out, put it back on. So when I changed out the other one, I don't know if the bends were different, just kind of where it comes down, but I had to adjust that and then matched the clutch pedal as best as possible. We may do something with this tractor stock style floor mount throttle pedal, but as you guys can see, it comes from up top. It just has a floor mount on the bottom. So super hyped on that, but engine is about to go back in. It's 11 o'clock. We got here and started working probably 6-ish. I mean, we grubbed, and then it's always like a slow start, and then you get grinding, and then now you get to the mode where it's like, okay, like we're finishing up most of this stuff, and then it feels like it's been a long day. But listen, Howard, James, we're trying to get as much as we can for you done, and then, we still have to mount the intercooler today.
Yeah.
Mock it up, so.
Car's got 3 days to get a private day, so.
We're doing what we can. Bear with us. I know we're hot, sweaty, and nasty because we got to shut off this fan so that you guys can hear us. But we're going to hop back in it. We're going to throw the engine back in, start putting the rest of the stuff together, and then mock up the intercooler. So I'm very excited to see how that turns out. And welcome back. This is day 3. I know for you guys it is day 2, but I want to make a quick apology. We came to the shop yesterday, and we got work done. It was not a normal day. We got here after work, and long story short, got home at like 4 something in the morning. And we also live far from the shop. So it was a very long night, but we wanted to get everything done for Howard, or James, who is going to be coming today. He came by yesterday, got some pinout stuff for the 1J ECU, as well as the stock 2J ECU. And then I guess today at work he was going to be making the harness. So we're going to finish out this vlog here. I'll tell you real quick what we did and what we have left to do. And then, yeah, just not drag on this video so that the next video, hopefully, everybody's here and the car is started.
It's running. You guys will see
next video.
Maybe a burnout in the next video.
We'll see. But listen, so we have the Greddy intercooler kit. We made a custom mount on the bottom side behind the grill. Nothing too crazy. There you go. We just took one of the brackets that actually holds the stock automatic transmission line and just broke it apart and made a custom stuff. This intercooler kit, I guess it was never made aware. They tell you that you can use the stock rubber, whatever the rubber piece is, but there's no way that this pipe fits into this. I promise you, we have made some large things fit into some small holes, but I promise you this does not fit. So luckily I had a bunch of leftover intercooler piping and we made this work. From what I saw, the intercooler piping was supposed to route through this hole on the side. There's no possibility that it was going to do that. So we drilled a hole. This is actually pushing it off. If not, this would be centered in the hole. We'll worry about that later.
Also, if we had more time, if we weren't trying to drive on Sunday, we wouldn't be drilling holes.
Yeah.
Like making that happen, we would have, just got different pipes and made it work. We have more pipes now, but this is where we're at. We're trying to drive. Also, intercooler, it has 2 more mounts, not just that bottom one we made. This thing is like, I'd say you can jack the car by it. Like, it's pretty solid. So it's not just the one mount we made. It's solid. It's on there. But
with that being said, we have our engine harness that is going to plug into the ECU here. ECU, I'll end up making a small mount that goes in between the battery box. We'll mount the igniter somewhere over here, and other than that, most of the other lines and plugs should be set up. We do have the serpentine belt. We'll throw that here in a couple. We've got the coil packs to make sure we put together, and I did bring the extra coil packs from the 1JGS, which you guys saw a couple videos ago, just to make sure if we needed them, I would have them here. The MAF is going to be swapped out with this pipe for some leftover pipes that we have, some IS style pipes, and some pipes that came with the engine that he just had leftover kit stuff. So we'll throw all that together. The feed and return, we just cut old banjos off of returns because we have a couple part out GSs. So we made that fit, and then we are gonna just put the line on it and clamp that together. Drain is the same way. And then we'll come over here. You guys saw this is a 3-pedal car. Well, now it is a car with a handle on it. So we threw this in yesterday, and oh yeah, she's good. She is good. Oh, there we go. 5th and reverse. So super hyped on that. We're gonna get all this sorted when James gets here, and I think it is time to throw the fan back on. You can already see we're dripping in hot. So hopefully you guys are as excited as we are for this build, and hopefully next video you guys get to see it start and rip. We have wheels, suspension, engine, intercooler, trans, drive shaft, the whole 9 yards set up for it already. And well, we're gonna be starting it here later today. So like, comment, subscribe. You'll wait very soon. This crown will be ripping, and we will catch you guys on the next video. Later.